Imagine warm cookies baking in an oven on Christmas Day. They're soft, warm, gooey, taste like peanut butter and chocolate. Today, I'm going to show you how to make peanut butter blossoms or Susan cookies. This recipe is very hassle-free and easy. It's fun for everyone to do, especially little kids or your friends. And during Christmas time, my family and we all get together on Christmas Day, we'll make them, and then we go and distribute them out to our neighbors, our friends, and our family, and they just love them. So for this recipe, you're going to need 48 Hershey Kisses, 3/4 a cup of peanut butter, a half cup of shortening, a third cup of granulated sugar and light brown sugar, 1 egg. We need 2 tablespoons of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt, which I already have mixed together here. And then we need some additional granulated sugar on a flat surface or in a paper plate or something, which we will set aside and use later. Alright, so starting out, you're going to preheat your oven to 375 degrees, which I've already done. And you're also going to unwrap your Hershey Kisses if you haven't done so already. And then we're going to take our half cup of shortening and our peanut butter, and we're going to mix it together in this large mixing bowl here. And you can use any kind of peanut butter or anything that you like. I prefer Jif just because Jif's my favorite, but you can use Peter Pan. The recipe calls for the Hershey's peanut butter specifically because it's a Hershey recipe, but whichever one you like best. And so after we get our peanut butter and our shortening all in here, we're going to beat it on medium speed with either an electric mixer, a hand mixer. Electric is preferred if you have that. I'm going to use a hand mixer because that's what I have. Or you can even use your hands if you don't have anything, which is why this is really fun to do with little kids, and they like to get their hands in it and just go to town and beat it up. So that looks about good. And we're going to add in our white granulated sugar and then our lightly packed light brown sugar. Alright, and then we're going to come in here, we're going to push it down a little bit, make sure we get everything mixed in nice and well. And yeah, you always want to make sure your hands are really clean for this because your hands will get dirty. And then we want to add in our egg, our milk, our vanilla extract, and then we're going to mix all these together as well. And then after we mix this together, we're going to want to beat in our flour. So this is why some people prefer to do this with an electric mixer, because sometimes this can get all over the place, but that's fine. And then in a separate mixing bowl here, we're going to want to put in our flour. And then we're going to want to throw in our salt and baking soda. And we're going to want to mix this up separately as well. So you just want to like toss it around here and mix it up. And then we want to gradually put this into our peanut butter mixture here. Emphasis on the gradually, because you don't want to throw it in all at once because it won't mix properly and the dough won't get the right consistency that you want. I remember we did this once and my brother just threw in all of the flour all together instead of gradually beating it in, and it just got all over the place. The dough balls didn't form right and it was just a mess. The cookies tasted okay, but not as good as you'd have if you gradually mixed it in, which is what we want here. So we're just gonna gradually mix it in here, getting it in here, and I'm just gonna start using my hands now because after a while using the electric mixer, it kind of gets in the way, and it's just easier just to get in here and go to town and mix it all up. That looks about good. You can see it's a nice dark tan. It's not really light tan anymore. And it looks like really good dough. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take the dough and we're going to break it off into about 1-inch dough balls. So you're going to take it, you're going to take about 1 inch or so. You're going to roll it up so that way it makes a nice little ball here. And then after we get that, we are going to want to grab our granulated sugar in either a paper plate or a paper towel or on whatever you prefer. And we're going to take the dough ball and we're going to roll it in our granulated sugar here. We want to get it all nice and coated with that sugar because this is the part that makes it really, really good. And we're going to stick it on an ungreased cookie dough sheet. And we're going to do that and fill up the rest of our sheet really quick. Alright, so we have finally rolled all of our dough balls and rolled them in our granulated sugar. So what we're going to do is we are going to put them in our oven, which has already been preheated to 375 degrees. And we're going to set them in here, and then we are going to bake them for 8 to 10 minutes or until they're lightly browned. So after we do that, we're going to quickly take them out of the oven and we're going to shove our Hershey Kiss in them. Alright, so now our cookies have been in the oven for 9 minutes at 375 degrees, and we're going to pull them out here, and we're going to set them up right here, and you can see that they're nice and golden, and they're kind of cracked at the top, which is what we want. So now what we're going to do is we're going to immediately grab our Hershey Kisses, and we're going to press them in the center of each of our cookies here. And that'll crack around the edges. That's okay. That's kind of what we want. All right, and now we're going to set them on the side on a plate here and let them cool off, and then there you have it. Okay, today I showed you how to make peanut butter blossoms, which are my favorite cookie of all time. My dad loves these, and he's not a very big sweet eater. All of my neighbors and my friends and family love these too, and they especially love when they see me coming up the driveway with them. This recipe is super fun and super easy, and I hope that you'll try it at home. And leaving you with the wise words of Cookie Monster himself, C is for cookie, and that's good enough for me.